When last we left our Intrepid Adventurers,
They were exactly where they are now.
we were running away from some warforged because they were attacking us. So this session we ran away from the warforged.
And I made them, I made them put it on the board because I thought that would be a challenge, but no, they just got away in one round.
Yeah.
The warforged went to the window and they were like, hey, did anyone see some guys run by? And the guy's like, I saw some guys. Where'd they go? Why should I tell you? The end.
So then we went to discuss what our plans were. And I thought we'd planned out last time round what we were going to do this time round. And I was actually really looking forward to it because we were going to tie time in a pretzel. It's going to be great. I love abusing the timelines. But then I think John realized the full extent of my plans for abuse. And he was like, wait a minute, no, let's not do that because that opens so many Pandora's boxes.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think it was just people realized it was better to do the heist now. There was one thing you described happened that I hadn't realized that it was against the rules of how things are supposed to work because it's hard to keep track of all these things. And then Brian was like, yeah, and the box will have no beginning and no end. And I was like, I'm pretty sure under how it works that's not possible. Oh yeah, that's why that's not going to work. So he made me, I didn't change anything, he just made me realize that I had forgotten or I had not. I would actually been happier if I'd not noticed because
ontological paradoxes are so cool. I love making them whenever I can.
I have no problem with ontological paradoxes except that they just happen to not work with how these timelines work.
An ontological paradox?
Where a thing is its own cause. It's like in Bill and Ted. Rufus never introduced himself. Bill and Ted found out his name was Rufus because when they were in the parking lot of Circle K, their future selves came back in time and greeted Rufus. Said, hey, Rufus! And that's how they learned his name was Rufus. Maybe his name isn't Rufus. That's what they called themselves. So anyway, apparently that's not allowed. So
it's not that it's not allowed, it's just that it happened. It just doesn't,
yeah.
And it's important to me that things, like I would love to just do like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey like Doctor Who, and like I've already had to like shoot down my own plans a few times.
Yeah.
And it's really important to me that it works consistently so the players can manipulate it consistently. It's not just the GM being like, well, cuz.
No, it's fair. It's just unfortunate that we didn't realize this sooner. Because now we change our plans, and our new plan is that we will go and do the heist immediately. We will steal the Panadar. And John hasn't prepped the vault yet. And so we're like, oh, well, it's not something you want to just do off the cuff, because
heist is interesting.
It's a big important thing.
I did think of something. So the reason for switching to the heist, I think, was because the issue with the box was easily solved by just commissioning the same box to be made, because they were going to have the box was going to have the ontological paradox. But what they realized is if they go do the heist right now in the next 17 hours, history records the box was stolen, or the Panadar was stolen, or whatever.
So stealing it won't draw any Jenga blocks. Now, this is something which I'm confused about, because I thought that if we stole Panadar before the 17 hours were up, then when the 17 hours were up, anything from this timeline would no longer exist, including the Panadar we just stole, and so it would fade out. That was my understanding of how these things worked.
I just realized something. It may still draw Jenga blocks, actually, because if you're going to steal it now before Kalinar steals it, which means that Kalinar will go there and be like, it's not here.
Which changes this timeline, even though this timeline is about to self-destruct. So, I'm not really sure if there's a big benefit to this. I mean, it'll be nice to have Kalinar along, because he knows he's done this before, so that'll be a big advantage. In fact, it'll probably be, since the heist is going to be a challenge, it'll be nice to have Kalinar for that, and he's dispensable for the rest of it, because we can fake being Kalinar for those. It's not a big challenge. He can fade out after we're done the heist. I'm just worried that the Panadar that we steal on the heist is also going to fade out.
Yeah, it's interesting because for some reason, I guess I assumed that the players had done enough science that they knew exactly how time works. But it became apparent that Brian had a slightly different idea than my idea. And now they're not sure exactly.
Yeah, and it'll really suck if the Panadar that we steal fades out, because that's the Panadar we're going to give ourselves. And so we might be left with 0 Panadars. And that's a bad place to be in.
Although, you do, in character you don't really have a reason to know this, but out of character, I basically, when I assumed that you knew everything I knew, I basically said that wouldn't happen. So you.
Yeah, I know, but now I personally, Brian Dirksen, based on my understanding of how time works, I'm worried about this. So clearly my understanding is wrong, but it's hard to say what is wrong about it. So yeah, we called the session early because, the next step in our plan has not been prepped by the DM. And it's entirely fair that he didn't want to just wing it.
One thing I thought of, but probably won't be feasible because it's 17 hours. Although if you have to pull Jenga blocks anyway, maybe fine. I was thinking, it would be a great way to pull a heist is time travel. You could go back in time to when the thing was built and
swap a substitute.
Yeah, that's true. You could just steal it from when they're putting it in the vault. Or I was thinking you go back and
how was it
get hired as the contractors who are building the foundation and
primal prison ourselves inside the foundation. No, but yeah, if we could find out how they recovered the Panadol in the first place, then it could have just been lying around undefended at some point in its history, and that's when we nab it. And either swap out a fake, or since this timeline's about to crumble anyway, maybe, it's a lot of Jenga pull. Even a dying timeline defends itself somehow.
Yeah, I have no idea how time works.
It's very difficult. As soon as you have a single mutable timeline model, it's very hard to come up with a logical system for how it all functions. So, and there's a lot of different possibilities. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. And then I offered to have everyone do monologues at the end of the session. No one had anything to say, so more disappointment.